Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to day 185 of Qur'an in a Year Plus, where we learn to look at the world and live life according to the lens of the Qur'an. Today we're going to be looking at verses 88 to 97 of Surah Nahl. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. الذين كفروا وصدوا عن سبيل الله زدناهم عذابا فوق العذاب بما كانوا يفسدون. Those who disbelieved in Allah and turned others away from His path, we will increase them in punishment because of their corruption and because they corrupted others by leading them astray, in addition to the punishment they already deserved for their own disbelief. ويوم نبعث في كل أمة شهيدا عليهم من أنفسهم وجئنا بك شهيدا على هؤلاء ونزلنا عليك الكتاب تبيانا لكل شيء وهدى ورحمة وبشرى للمسلمين. And remember, O Messenger, the day when we raise up in every nation a messenger from among themselves to testify against them regarding what they were upon, whether disbelief or faith. That messenger will be one of their own kind and will speak their language. And we will bring you, O Messenger, as a witness over your nation. We reveal the Qur'an to you to clarify everything that needs clarification, including what is lawful and unlawful, reward and punishment, and other matters. We revealed it as guidance to the truth for humanity, as a mercy for those who believe in it and act upon it, and as glad tidings for the believers in Allah of the everlasting bliss that awaits them. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. Indeed, Allah commands His servants to uphold justice, meaning that a servant fulfills the rights of Allah and the rights of people, and does not favor one person over another in judgment except when there is a legitimate reason that warrants such preference. He commands excellence, meaning that a person goes beyond what is obligatory, such as giving voluntary charity and pardoning one who has wronged him. He commands giving relatives what they need. He forbids everything that is shameful, whether in speech, such as obscene words, or in action, such as adultery. He forbids whatever the sacred law rejects, which includes all acts of disobedience. He forbids oppression and arrogance toward people. Allah admonishes you through what He commands and what He forbids in this verse, so that you may take heed from His reminder. وَأَوْفُوا بِعَهْدِ اللَّهِ إِذَا عَاهَدتُّمْ وَلَا تَنقُضُوا الْأَيْمَانَ بَعْدَ تَوْكِيدِهَا وَقَدْ جَعَلْتُمُ اللَّهَ عَلَيْكُمْ كَفِيلًا إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَعْلَمُ مَا تَفْعَلُونَ. And fulfill every covenant you make with Allah or with people. Do not break oaths after confirming them by swearing in the name of Allah, while you have made Allah a witness over your commitment to fulfill what you swore to. Indeed, Allah knows what you do. Nothing of it is hidden from Him, and He will reward you for it. ولا تكونوا كالتي نقضت غزلها من بعد قوة أنكاثا تتخذون أيمانكم دخلا بينكم أن تكون أمة هي أربى من أمة إنما يبلوكم الله به وَلَيُبَيِّنَنَّ لَكُمْ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ مَا كُنْتُمْ فِيهِ تَخْتَلِفُونَ. Do not be foolish and light-minded by breaking covenants. Like a lady who labored to spin her wool or cotton, spun it tightly and skillfully, then unraveled it and returned it to loose strands as it was before spinning. She exhausted herself in both spinning and undoing it and gained nothing in the end. You make your oaths a means of deception, using them to cheat one another simply because one group is greater or stronger than another. Allah is only testing you through your commitment to your covenants, whether you will fulfill them or break them. And on the day of resurrection, Allah will surely make clear to you what you used to differ about in this world. He will distinguish the one who was correct from the one who was false, and the truthful from the liar. ولو شاء الله لجعلكم أمة واحدة ولكن يضل من يشاء ويهدي من يشاء ولتسألن عما كنتم تعملون. If Allah had willed, He could have made you one single nation united upon the truth. But He leads astray through His justice whom He wills from the truth and from fulfilling their oaths. He guides through His grace whom He wills. You will surely be questioned on the day of resurrection about what you used to do in this world. ولا تتخذوا أيمانكم دخلا بينكم فتزل قدم بعد ثبوتها وتذوقوا السوء بما صددتم عن سبيل الله ولكم عذاب عظيم. Do not make your oaths a means of deception, by which you cheat one another, following your desires. You break them whenever you wish and fulfill them whenever you wish. If you do that, your feet will slip from the straight path after having been firm upon it. You will taste punishment because of your deviation from the path of Allah, and because you led others away from it, and you will have multiplied punishment. ولا تشتروا بعهد الله ثمنا قليلا إنما عند الله هو خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون. Do not exchange the covenant of Allah for a small price by breaking it and abandoning its fulfillment. What is with Allah, including victory and spoils in this world, and the lasting bliss in the hereafter, is better for you than the small gain you obtain by breaking the covenant, if you truly knew. ما عندكم ينفد وما عند الله باق ولنجزين الذين صبروا أجرهم بأحسن ما كانوا يعملون. Whatever you possess, O people, of wealth, pleasures, and comforts will come to an end, even if it is abundant. But what is with Allah of reward remains. So how can you prefer what is temporary over what is everlasting? We will surely reward those who were patient in upholding their covenants and did not break them. We will grant them the reward according to the best of what they used to do of righteous deeds. A single good deed will be rewarded tenfold, up to 700 times, and even multiplied many times beyond that. من عمل صالحا من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن فلنحيينه حياة طيبة ولنجزينهم أجرهم بأحسن ما كانوا يعملون. Whoever does righteous deeds that are in accordance with the sacred law, whether male or female, while believing in Allah, we will surely grant them a good life in this world. That good life includes contentment with Allah's decree, satisfaction, and success in acts of obedience, and we will surely reward them in the hereafter according to the best of what they used to do of righteous deeds in this world. As we reflect over today's verses, Allah says, "And we have sent down to you the book as clarification for everything, and as guidance, mercy, and glad tidings for the Muslims." Ibn Ashur mentions, the phrase "for everything" indicates generality. However, it is a customary generality within the scope of what religions and divine laws are meant to address, such as reforming souls, perfecting character, organizing civil society, clarifying rights, and providing the necessary proofs for calling to the oneness of Allah and establishing the truthfulness of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Qur'an gives us a complete moral architecture for life. It is a complete guide for life. Nothing essential for our salvation, character, or social order is left undefined. Then Allah says, indeed, Allah commands justice, excellence, and giving to relatives, and He forbids immorality, wrongdoing, and transgression. He admonishes you so that you may take heed. Al-Fayrus al-Abadi, he said, regarding the statement of Allah that He commands justice and ihsan, he says, ihsan, excellence, is above justice. Justice means giving what you owe and taking what is rightfully yours. Excellence means giving more than what you owe and taking less than what you are entitled to. Therefore, ihsan goes beyond justice. Striving for justice is obligatory, while striving for excellence is recommended and voluntary. That is why Allah magnified the reward of those who excel. He says, Inna Allah yuhibbul muhsinin. Indeed, Allah loves those who excel. Justice is the minimum standard. Ihsan is the goal. Justice prevents oppression. Ihsan builds love. Justice fulfills rights. Ihsan beautifies relationships. This applies both to the rights of Allah and to the rights of His creation. Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu said, this is the most comprehensive verse in the Book of Allah, because it gathers the rights of Allah, the rights of people, inner morality, social responsibility, personal discipline, public ethics, and it prevents injustice at every level. And we have to make sure that we guard it, that we protect our deeds. Allah says, do not be like the one who unraveled her thread after it had been firmly spun. Ibn Uthaymeen mentions, this indicates that a person should preserve the good that he has become accustomed to. Do not be like the woman who spins wool, and after spinning it firmly and perfectly, she unravels it and tears it apart. Rather, remain consistent upon the good you are upon and continue steadfastly. This is discipline. We don't sabotage what Allah helped us build. And that sabotage happens through sins, through violating the rights of others, through giving in to our desires. And Allah, He says, and do not make your oaths a means of deception among yourselves, lest the foot slip after it had been firmly established. Abu Hayyan says, this comes as the consequence of the prohibition. It is a metaphor for someone who is upright and then falls into something grave and collapses. When a foot slips, a person is overturned from a state of goodness into a state of harm. This teaches us to be careful, to guard our deeds, because sins and transgressions have consequences. And even if a slip happens, the believer does not remain fallen. He rushes back, he corrects, he repents sincerely, and he restores his commitment to Allah. When Allah says, what is with you will come to an end, but what is with Allah remains. Shaykh Sa'di mentions, in this is encouragement and motivation toward detachment from worldly life, especially the detachment that is required, which is abstaining from what harms a person and causes him to become distracted from what Allah has obligated upon him, giving priority to worldly matters over the right of Allah. This type of detachment is obligatory. Among the motives for detachment is that a person compares the pleasures and desires of this world with the goodness of the hereafter. When he sees the vast difference between them, he is driven to prefer the higher of the two. And we live in a world of temptation. It calls us to fulfill our desires. You only live once, so enjoy. Religion is outdated. But is that really what a good life is about? And Allah guarantees a good life for the ones who believe and do good deeds. He says, and this is a conditional sentence, whoever does righteous deeds, whether male or female, while being a believer, we will surely grant them a good life, and we will reward them according to the best of what they used to do. Ibn Jarir and others mention, whoever performs a righteous deed sincerely for Allah, in accordance with the Qur'an and the Sunnah, including fulfilling covenants, whether male or female, while believing in Allah and His Messenger and affirming Allah's promises and warnings, we will grant that person a happy life in this world. That good life includes experiencing the sweetness of faith, closeness with Allah, delight in worship, tranquility of the heart, calmness of the soul, and being provided with lawful and pure sustenance from where one does not expect, along with contentment with what Allah provides. And Ibn Uthaymeen mentions this indicates that the true happiness of this world is not found in the abundance of wealth, children, or possessions. Rather, it is found in righteous deeds. There is no good life except for the one who acts righteously while being a believer, whether male or female. And Ibn al-Qayyim says, Allah has made the good life exclusively for those who believe in Him and act righteously. He guaranteed for the people of faith and righteous deeds reward in this world through a good life and goodness on the day of resurrection. They have the best of the two lives. They are alive in both abodes. Everything that the scholars mentioned in terms of what is a good life is correct. Ibn al-Qayyim here, he says that the good life is the life of the heart. It's bliss, joy, and delight through faith, knowing Allah, loving Him, turning to Him, and relying upon Him. There is no life more pleasant than the life of such a person, and no blessing greater than his blessing except the blessing of paradise. When the heart lives a good life, the limbs follow, because the heart is their king. That is why Allah made a constricted life for the one who turns away from His remembrance. Remembering Allah, loving Him, obeying Him, and turning toward Him guarantee the most pleasant life in this world and the next. While turning away from Him, heedlessness and disobedience guarantee a troubled life and a constricted existence in both worlds. Ibn al-Qayyim says that Ibn Taymiyyah once said to him, "The true prisoner is the one whose heart is imprisoned away from his Lord. The true captive is the one who is enslaved by his desires." And Imam al-Shafi'i, he said, إِذَا مَا كُنْتَ ذَا قَلْبٍ قَنُوعٍ فَأَنْتَ وَمَالِكُ الدُّنْيَا سَوَاءٍ. If you possess a contented heart, then you and the owner of the whole world are the same. When a person is content with whatever they have, they will always be happy. And remember that this is a promise of Allah, but it comes with conditions, requirements we must fulfill to experience it. And if Allah guaranteed a good life to the believer who does righteous deeds, then when we feel constriction, we do not question the promise, rather we look inward. Where have I unraveled what I built? Am I neglecting my obligations? Am I giving in to my desires? Am I violating anyone's rights? Am I unknowingly falling into sin? Allah's deen is perfect. It gives us everything we need to succeed in this life and the next. Our task is to work towards following that one day at a time, and always asking Him for guidance and steadfastness. So as we walk away from today's episode, one of the things that Allah commands is to be good to our relatives, to give to them. So let's take some time. Maybe I can text a relative that I haven't been in touch with, give someone a call, or perhaps visit one of them as well. May Allah make us amongst those who strive for excellence. May He make us amongst those who believe and do righteous deeds. May He bless all of us with a good, content life. I'll see you tomorrow, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.